Did you just say La Macho?
La Mancha.
La
yeah,
Macho.
like he said, I don't speak French.
That wasn't even close.
I speak Spanish, okay. So Sylvan, you get out of the carriage and your little group follows behind you. You come up to the door, knock.
Beatrice, it's Sylvan.
Inside the home, you can kind of hear some children kind of whining, and you hear, "Oh, it's okay, children. Just be quiet. Just be quiet." Open up the door. "Oh, Sylvan, it's so good to see you again."
It is a pleasure to see you again, Beatrice. Do you have a moment to speak to me and my friends here?
Oh, yes, of course. I suppose you're here for what happened to Frederick. Thank you. Yeah, come in.
I have gone around to either a side door or back door or window, and I got a 21. It's kind of on a corner, so I'm giving myself the higher one.
As you should.
21 to pick locks of whatever it is, and so I'm going in a different way.
Of course
Kind
you
of
are.
like the back door.
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to
going
find
in the back
another-
door. Everyone's coming in the front door. I'm coming in the back door. I'm looking for people who are trying to sneak out the back door, or trying to hide, looking for anything suspicious. So then I want to roll an investigation I'll meet up with these guys, but I'm going to meet up with the guys as I'm walking through the house to wherever they are.
So as you walk in, you pick the lock on the back door, you come into the kitchen, and there's a maid there kneading some dough, getting ready to put it in the oven. And you open the door, and it's just about all the way open, and the maid looks up and looks over at you, makes eye contact with you. Hello?
I pull out a little thing of oil. Be right with you. And I start dripping some oil on the hinges. And then I open and close the door until it stops making that creaking sound. And then I'm like, I got that for you. All right. Let's see. I got a list of some other things I'm going to have to work on here. I guess you have one of your gas lamps is not working in the dining room. I'm just going to head that way and fix it. Nice hairdo, by the way. I like it. It really compliments your face.
Thank you, little girl. I appreciate that. But why are you the one working on the home?
Oh, because there's really loose child labor laws around here, and I have to support my family. My dad's so sick.
Oh, sorry, you poor thing. And she tucks her hair back up into her little bonnet she's wearing to keep her hair from falling into the dough, and she just goes back to kneading the dough. You just go along and do what you need to, and why don't you stop on by back and find me, and I'll see if I can give you some extra bread.
Thank you. I've been so hungry. And then she wanders off.
Love that. As you go through and you're kind of keeping an eye out on things, it's been a while since the report of when Frederick had gone missing. But you do notice there are a couple scratch marks along the wall on one particular hallway leading up to that go to the stairs. So you see a little bit of a scratch mark along the wall that's very minute, and it, for some reason, hasn't been repaired.
Beatrice, me and my colleagues here, we've been tasked with looking into Frederick's disappearance as well as the disappearance of several other individuals recently. This tabaxi with me, her name is Akima.
Hi.
Hello.
I got distracted by all the pretty things in the house, so Akima's not really paying attention to what's happening, because, yeah.
Just be careful, dear. Some of those are very rare, and Frederick really loves them, so...
Accidentally pushes something off.
And there's
That is such a cat move.
it's like this little glass plate, or ceramic plate, and you just poke it and just slow motion, and you're like...
I am going to try and catch it, though. I am going to try and
She
catch
does
it.
have cat-like
I
reflexes.
do.
We'll say you have to beat a 12 to catch the plate successfully.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Good job. So you hit it, or you barely knock it off, and it starts going slow-mo, and Beatrice is just, and you just manage to like very nimbly and catch it.
Got it. We're good. I'll keep my paws to myself now.
Please don't touch anything else. It's all precious to Frederick, and I don't want it to be out of place when he comes back.
Akima, don't touch anything. Stop it.
I will be a good kitty.
Gilly is one of our most recent recruits to the Fangless. We have also with us Rowena, who very recently joined us. And where, in the name of all of the gods of every pantheon, did Maisie get off to? Gilly, where is she?
Well, she went upstairs, guys.
I'll go find her.
Rowena is gonna go find her.
I'm gonna roll investigation.
It's at the, you don't have to. At this point, Maisie will have come around from the back into the.
Well, I've rolled good.
And she's kind of has a little bit of what looks like flour on her clothes, and she has like a grease smudge on her forehead.
She's eating some bread.
She has a small slice of bread that she's just kind of munching on.
Hi, guys.
Where'd you get bread? I want bread.
Oh, I don't remember. Where did I get the bread? Well, anyways, I found a clue. Dum, dum, dum. She goes like that and gives a little jazz hands. And so she did a little rubbing of the scratch mark on the wall, a little piece of paper. And she goes, and she hands it to you, and she goes, here, I found this on the wall. That's a rubbing of a scratch mark that's on the wall.
Beatrice, were you here when Frederick was taken?
Well, yeah, he came in with a friend. I didn't recognize him, but he said it was somebody he just met and wanted to see a few of the things that he had just acquired. They went upstairs, and that's the last I saw of
Is
Frederick.
that object still here?
Can I make an insight check onto that scratch mark to see if I can identify it? Because I would have a lot of random knowledge like that. Like, I just have random facts like that sometimes I can pull that out of my hat.
Do investigation.
Even better. That one has an even better bonus to it. A nat 20.
Nat 20, okay.
I like this dice tonight,
from
guys.
the rubbing that you have, it's very thin, very fine. It's a single line, but it seems like it was like something was being dragged.
We're not dragging people.
So something had been, it was dragged along the wall, and it made this very fine slice. Like, it appears that it was a wooden thing that had made this scratch along the
Like
wall.
almost like furniture was scraped across the floor.
That's your best guess. Is like something was being moved up there, and there's that fine scratch along the wall.
Okay, so then I'm going to ask, what's her name?
Beatrice.
Beatrice, has anything of significant, like, weight, like something hefty, has it been moved recently?
Well, Frederick did just buy a beautiful grandfather clock, and when the movers brought it in, they were trying to be careful. They damaged it a little bit, and we've been trying to fix the wall since.
Can I see the grandfather clock?
Oh,
I'll be nice to it, I promise.
Rowena?
I was just gonna, while we were, she said that he had a lot of like little antiquities around the house, right? I rolled an Arcana check to see if I could tell if any of them were magical, or like had runes or symbols or anything I'd recognize. I rolled a 19.
19. There are some things that have an arcane significance to them that you notice around the home. There's actually the plate that she knocked over actually has a couple of things that make it unbreakable.
Aww.
And then there's a couple other things that you notice that as you're looking at them, Some of them have something added onto them, and it appears to make it affixed to the spot that it's at. It makes it very difficult to remove it.
Are there any of them that I think Meiji should steal?
Take the plate. I'm just kidding.
That's up, completely and wholly up to you.
Maisie.
Yeah.
Do you see that plate?
Yeah.
It doesn't break. Do you want it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll get it on the way out.
Sweet.
All right, so is everybody heading up the stairs then?
Up the
Yes.
stairs.
I'm staying in the entryway with Beatrice to just continue conversing with her since she's a family friend.
So what I want to do when they go up to where this room is, and I'm assuming it's where they went and had their meeting, right? I'm going to be looking from the point of view as someone who's a serial killer. I'm looking for blood splatter. I'm looking for a missing rug that they might have rolled somebody up in. I'm looking for something that might have been broken and hurriedly repaired to make it look like it was a scuffle didn't take place. So I'm looking for signs of something like I would have done. Say I removed somebody.
Rowena actually wants to go find the kids.
The kids?
You said there were kids.
Yeah, they're in the room.
They're in the main entry with...
Oh, well, I was going to talk to them. I thought they were somewhere else. Sorry.
So I got a 20 for well, actually, because with the other thing, I got a 25 for investigation.
All right, 25 on your investigation, trying to find signs of
If somebody like took him, because I'm using my instincts as a serial killer to see if somebody was killed, murdered, abducted, things like that. So I wouldn't have those bonuses unless it's something like that. It's not a bonus to detect this hidden key or something like that. It's for that stuff that I said.
Like things that would be, yeah. Okay, so as you're going up the stairs, you take note that the stairs are very well worn. Like people go up and down this, go up and down to this room a lot. You notice it's worn in the same center, and from your knowledge of how people move, you recognize that it looks like it's the one particular person making this indent into these stairs. So with your knowledge about how people are and how they move and everything, Frederick is the one that primarily goes up and down this particular set of stairs. When you come up into the room, as you're looking around, you will recognize, or you will see like an area that has been wiped. And the way that it's been wiped clean is consistent with a pool of blood.
I'm smelling it for if I smell something like bleach or a cleaning agent. I'm like,
Gonna lick it?
So you guys see Maisie start sniffing around in this particular area. So as you come up into this room, it is just floor to ceiling, wall to wall, just full of things.
I like things.
So many things. There are clocks, there's books upon books. Some of them are actually on shelves. Some of them are just in piles on the ground. There's old teapots, there's teacups, just everything that you can imagine would be an antique. So many things, all of them gorgeously handmade. All of them have a slight little bit of chipping or wear somewhere here and there. You see the big grandfather clock that you're assuming is the one that he just recently bought, just ticking away, the pendulum swinging.
How can anyone live like this?
I love that.
See, my brain just went, books.
Okay.
So Akima
Some
is
chaos.
Akima is gonna go up to the grandfather clock, and I want to make a
Stop.
hammer time.
Do. Can't touch it.
Did you want to do something?
I know you don't know me very well, but we need to be very, very cautious with this antiquity. You just got to trust my gut on this one.
So many questions. Okay. Then I'm just gonna look at it and I'm gonna try and make a history check to see if I can just pick things out of it that I might recognize or know of, just like symbols, craftsmanship, anything that I could know about this. Excluding whether or not it's magical, because
Okay. Go ahead and make a history check. 16.
16.
So looking at it, the wood is very old. And looking around it, it's very well worn. It's been around for a long time, and you can see where it's been patched up in a couple of places and put back together. They've done it well, but you notice those little bits and pieces there, because it's not the same wood. So it did not come from the same tree. It's been fixed up. You do see that there's an engraving behind the pendulum, but with the movement and everything going on, you can't quite make it out without actually opening it up and moving the pendulum aside to be able to see the engraving.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll come back to you in a second. Rowena, are you still downstairs?
With the kids, yeah.
Okay, really quick. So there's 2 children, a small boy and a small girl. They look very close in age, but the girl is just slightly shorter than the boy.
Hi, guys.
Are you here to find Daddy?
Did your daddy disappear?
We don't know what happened to him, and it's been such a long time, and we miss our bedtime stories.
Oh, I'm so sorry. When I was a little girl, my daddy disappeared too. And it's very scary, but I want you to know it's all going to be okay somehow.
Yeah, it's. I hope so. I hope he comes back soon, because we were in the middle of this really great chapter in our book. There's this big dragon, and the knight was going to go fight him and rescue the princess, and it got to the part where the knight got into the dragon den, but we haven't been able to finish it yet, and Mom doesn't want to finish it without Dad.
Oh, that makes sense why your mom wouldn't want to finish it without your dad. Do you remember anything from when your dad went missing? Did he have any friends that came over to the house or anywhere that he kept going?
He had this one man. I mean, I never seen him before. I don't remember Bernard or something like that. I think that's what his name was. You remember? Yeah, I think it was Bernard too. But yeah, he came, and then we heard like some I don't know, some thumping upstairs, and we didn't think anything of it, and then it was quiet, and then we heard some like footsteps outside.
Oh, gosh, it must be really hard for you guys not having Dad here. Can I show you guys a magic trick?
We would love a magic trick.
So, I don't want you to be scared. My magic trick is with fire. Is that okay?
Is it a firework?
No, not quite. Rowena's gonna make 3 balls of fire, and she's gonna juggle fire for the kids. Yes, in the house.
So the TikTok song with Fireball that's going around lately, that just flashed in my mind as you decided to do that.
Fireball.
Yeah.
And the kids are just enthralled with this. Their eyes go big, and they're just like giddy and jumping up and down, and just very happy about it.
Do I need to roll to make sure I don't light the house on fire?
Yes.
No, we're going to assume you are proficient enough at your juggling.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll go back upstairs to the rest of you guys. Mm-hmm. Gilly, was there anything that you wanted to do in this room?
I'm wondering if divine sense would work on the grandfather clock.
Only if you smell it. Sense.
Sense,
I've
sense.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me an investigation. 16.
Huzzah.
You have a faint whiff of Fae in this room. It's very old, but there was definitely a Fae presence in this room.
I'm going to take my halberd and pry open the door because it's on a long shaft, right? And stop the pendulum to see if... Can you read the runes on the behind the...
Can I read what are the... I will make a check to check what the runes are, and then I will make another check to see if I can read them. How does that sound?
So it's not runes, it's an engraving, and they're initials.
Oh, okay. What would you like me to roll?
You wouldn't recognize the initials.
I wouldn't? Would I recognize the language? Not understand the language, just recognize.
Well, yeah, you recognize the letters. Well, what languages do you speak?
I speak common, the druidic, the secret druidic, whatever, and then deep speech. But I had been meaning to talk to you as part of my backstory. For hundreds of years, my people have just been hoarding knowledge. And so I was going to ask where I can't understand, like I can't read it, like other languages, I could recognize them and be like, oh, that's this, that's this. I can't tell you any more than that, but that's what that is.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be fine. You'll recognize it as Dwarvish.
Okay, so then I will relay that information to Gilly, and I'll be like, I have no idea what it says, but that's in Dwarvish.
It's written in shorthand.
And its initials too.
That's rich coming from a halfling.
Oh, Gary, that was good.
You're not in the room. You can't make fun of her.
That was good.
I know, that was out of game.
All right, so Gilly, it is Dwarvish.
Okay, so we know the phase involved, and we know that it's Dwarvish.
Oh, I also inform her about the other things that I knew about the clock, that it's been fixed and it's not all one piece of wood.
Okay, while you two are doing that, we're going to jump over to Maisie really quick.
Okay. A couple things specifically. I want to look at the desk or anything like that for any sort of a ledger of like things purchased or of a sort of a day planner, like a calendar, met with this person at this time. You know, especially the last few entries is what I'd want. I'd probably take the whole book, in fact. So I want a manifest of like antiquities that he's purchased, and also like a day planner I'm looking for particularly. Then after that, I'm actually trying to pry up floorboards to see if they're loose. I'm going on wood trim around things. I'm knocking on things for hollow panels in the walls, hollow panels on the furniture. So while they're doing that, I'm listening and I'm smelling. If I find a hair, I'm picking up a little hair and I'm putting it in my little thing and like marking it as like evidence. And I'm
Okay.
mapping out this whole thing, drawing a little diagram where I found this, and I'm like trying to sketch out the room.
Yeah, so you like I said, you notice the cleaned up pool of blood, and then going around knocking. There's no loose floorboards or anything. There aren't any like false walls or anything in here. But there is a desk, and this desk is one of those shuttered ones that come down and are locked in place.
Well, that should be easy to break
Called
into.
a secretary.
Nat 20, if you wanted to look.
I see that.
Well, we broke into that.
So you take your lock picks and you put them in, and you hear this nice kerchunk as it unlocks, and you put your hands on to the little shutter thing, and you lift it up,
And bang.
and your hands remain stuck to the desk.
Magic or non-magical?
You're not sure. But I need everybody to roll initiative now.
No! Mimic! Wait, this isn't the campaign where I have a pet mimic, guys.
15 is what you need to beat. That's what the creatures got. So who got above a 15?
Me.
Good for you.
Oh, good.
Did you?
I got a 14.
14? Okay, everybody else is below 15?
9. Hey, me too.
Okay.
I got 13.
All right, so that would be the other 4 of you. Okay. All right. I'm going to use this.
How did Maisie get above 15? She's the one stuck.
Oh, that doesn't matter when it comes to the initiative.
Yeah.
She
Not going to
just
be able to do anything.
I'm right there. I don't have to go very far.
As you open this up and your hands remain stuck, all of a sudden you see this tongue come out and these sharp fangs appear above you and they come down on you. Does an 11 hit you?
For my armor class, it does not.
It does not. And then this mirror in the back right here actually starts climbing up the wall.
You have a mimic.
the mirror's climbing the wall.
The mirror is climbing the wall.
It
As
actually
the-
fell off the building.
Yes, it fell off the building. But so the mirror starts climbing up the wall.
I now understand beware antiquities.
The mirror knew something. It committed suicide before we could question it.
Aren't you glad I told you to stop on the clock?
Okay.
Yes.
And with that, guys, we'll go to Maisie. You are stuck fast to it.
Well, this thing's going to try to bite down on me, or it does bite down on me, but I call my dagger into my hand. It's stuck, but I call it, so it's appearing in my hand, on this thing. So it's kind of like, I'm not sure if you call it an instant hit, or maybe I have to try to roll to see if I can angle it properly, but...
Yeah, you'd have to roll an attack, but with disadvantage, because you can't really... It's hard to move your hands.
Does she have a magic dagger?
From my backstory from the other time, but yes. My dagger, if you allow it, is coated with an anticoagulant. I don't even know if it affects it.
It wouldn't affect it in the way that you want it to. Mm-hmm. But yeah, how much? It was 4 damage?
I did 4 points of damage.
Woohoo!
Okay.
My move action is going to be, it's trying to bite on me this way because it's a roll top desk and I'm stuck on the top part of it. So if I flip over it, I'm away from the mouth. So I'm going to try to sort of like
handstand almost on it.
Yeah, sort of like handstand, flip over. If there's a wall behind me, I'm gonna put my feet up. I'm gonna go run backwards up the wall and flip over.
So yeah, you're able to go up and over, and because of the way that you are, you're able to get a little bit more momentum, and you're able to break free. So now you're kind of almost standing on top of it, but if you want, I'll let you jump off of it, so that way it can't try to stick you again.
I want to jump off of it.
Okay, so I'll say that takes about half your movement to do, so you still have half your movement if you like.
Then the rest, I'm going to withdraw as much as I can.
I feel like as she jumped off, she did a cool flip.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, definitely the hero pose.
Wait,
your best
did
hero
you do
pose,
a hair
Gary.
flip?
Can't do it on the camera, but yeah, I do that.
So this one, after being stabbed, is going to start climbing up the wall as well. It goes up about 10 feet. Akima, that is a nat 20.
Uh-oh. I hope you're not squishy, Akima.
You will take 1 point of piercing damage and 2 points of acid damage as the clock bites down on your hand.
Oh my goodness, kids, it sounds like my friends are in trouble. I think I'm gonna go help them.
But that depends. Did anybody scream or holler?
Oh.
No.
No. Oh.
You
Did I hear any thought? Would I have heard? I feel like I would have heard the mirror and the desk climbing.
Rowena, head upstairs and see what's going on up there. I feel like Maisie's probably getting into every single possible chest she could get in.
Yeah, it'd probably sound more like I'm ransacking the place than a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Keep
kiddos.
her out of trouble.
I gotta go check on my other friend, but just know that we're gonna find your dad.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. We appreciate it. Thank you for the show, too. It was very nice.
I'm gonna give him hugs.
Sylvain?
I hear the shuffling of what's going on upstairs, and then I roll my eyes. Beatrice, I must excuse myself. I'll be right back.
Kima, do you know anything about mimics?
21. Do I know anything about mimics?
You know that they disguise themselves quite well, and they're sticky. And apparently climb on walls.
Nope, not much past the common knowledge. So I'm going to try stabbing it, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Ice Knife on it.
Okay. And then it explodes, right?
Yeah.
So, both of you make dexterity saving throws against your spell save DC.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, yeah, you're able to dodge out of the way so your shards of ice don't hit you as you use your ice knife.
Yay!
So good job. Is there anything else you want to do before Gilly goes?
Yeah, I can actually use my scimitar now.
Nah, that would be your spell.
I get a, if I use a two-handed weapon, I get a bonus action.
Oh, really?
I
As
do.
a tabaxi?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
It's a bonus action, but it has to be two-handed. It has to be a two-handed
Okay.
weapon.
Okay.
And so that's why I have a scimitar, because it can be a two-handed weapon.
That's super cool.
That's cool.
Okay.
5 points
Fine.
of damage.
So you slash, and what you thought was wood gives way as the flesh of the mimic takes the cut, and it just slices it in half, and the clock goes away, and it's just this multitude of like tongues and little legs all over it, and very sharp teeth. And you cut this thing in half, and it just plops to the ground in a wet squelch.
Ew.
I love it.
Okay, Gilly.
Hey, well, that one's dead.
I killed it for you.
Thanks.
And you got 2 more crawling up the wall.
Yeah, I was going to not know that if these were sentient or not and try to persuade them to come down from the wall and promise them that we wouldn't hurt them.
There's no talking to a mimic.
They're squelching all over.
They're squelching all over the place. As they climb up the walls.
All right. So then I would take my weapon and poke it because it has a long reach. So I'd go for the mirror.
You're going to go for the mirror back here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 10 feet up, so you should have the reach on that, right?
Yeah. Except that I'm so, like, off
Do you wanna use
kilter
your
right
reroll?
now.
Do you want to use your reroll token?
Is that what these are?
No, because you have the reroll tokens.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'll reroll.
Did you get the same number?
No, lower. I rolled a 5 and then I rolled a 3.
Oh, well.
Just not quite enough. It's able to just, and you hear,
Yeah, I'm just so out of sorts by what I just witnessed from the tabaxi that,
Kitty has claws.
you know, I'm new to this and there's so much I haven't seen yet.
it's perfect. We're going back to Maisie.
So, Maisie is going to switch from dagger to rapiers. She is going to use 2 weapon fighting style, and so she's going to make 2 attacks.
So on the one that was biting you, the desk that was biting you?
Yes.
So it's 10 feet up the wall right now.
It's 10 feet up in the air. Well, that's very disappointing. So there's nothing on my level.
Yeah, there's nothing below 10 feet right now.
Okay, who is anyone engaged with that creature or near it?
She is with the mirror.
She's with the mirror.
She's with the mirror? Well, and so she's the only one near any of them. Okay. I want to run up her back, jump off, and stab at the mirror.
Okay. So go ahead, roll me a dexterity check. We're going to say to do that one, you're going to have, with Gilly's strength and everything, you have to beat a 12.
Now, just a straight dexterity, or you want acrobatics?
Oh, acrobatics, actually, yeah.
Okay.
That makes
I
more
am
sense.
6'6", so you definitely just
I want to use my reroll, the token that I don't have.
And this
There's the first nat one, everybody.
Well, I'm using a reroll token. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So I got an 18 to run up her back.
Okay. And now make your weapon attack.
Okay, so I'm going to make... so I got a 21, and then the other one is without proficiency, and I got a 13.
Okay, those will both hit. Maisie just goes running up, and she kind of does this like little spiral in midair, and both rapiers just go right through the mirror. And it looks like glass, but as you go through, it doesn't give way like glass. It doesn't shatter or anything. It just starts to meld into skin again. And you stick it, and it just and it closes up on itself, and then falls from the wall.
It's squelched.
I kind of want to slide down a little bit. I want to stick them in, and then just kind of like...
You slide down with it, and then you just pull your rapiers out of it. Very nice. I like it.
So before we go in the room, can I talk? Hey, Colton, can I do a bit?
You gotta say it quick, because like you're running up, and you have 6 seconds.
Well, I was going to turn around. Before we open the door, I'm going to say, I'm so flattered that you'd follow me, Sylvan, but I got this. And I was going to roll persuasion to hit on him. Yep.
We're in the middle of combat.
Leave me alone. 16.
Did it work?
Chaos! Oh.
Did you
Does
use a
it work?
D6?
Yeah, I did.
16 plus what?
Oh, yeah. Dirty 20.
You can roll insight.
Can I roll advantage because you know my backstory?
Yeah, with you, yeah. Women hitting on you is kind of strange for you.
Yeah.
She can't help it. You're the only dude. You did this to yourself, man.
I'd like to do my reroll.
Just one.
And what was I rolling?
Insight.
14.
Her dirty
So-
20.
You know, maybe all he notices is that, wow, she has a really big chest, and he's flattered by that because you guys complained about my Minnie's huge boobs last night. The end. We can move on now.
Okay, anyway. My wife is hitting on one of my closest friends, so that's
It
great.
got weird. You said this campaign gotta be dirty.
I didn't say how to be dirty.
Sex sells.
Anyway.
We don't have a bard, so,
Okay, so are you going in the room?
yeah.
You need to multi-class.
I need to multi-class. I'm gonna multi-class, but not to bard.
So, as you turn the doorknob and go to step into the room, your hand's stuck to the door.
Wait, is the house a mimic?
So, okay, I'm gonna cast.
Hang on.
Oh yeah, because it gets a surprise attack, huh?
It gets to go nom nom.
16.
I'm squishy. Yeah, that hits. What kind of question is
So
that?
you take
It's
one.
her boobs. Her boobs are squishy.
It really is. It
You'll take it.
literally just chops my boobs.
You'll take 1 point.
My poor nipples.
How much HP do you have?
None of your business.
Our 14-year-old viewership is going to skyrocket.
Sorry, Gary, about the whole monetization.
We're far enough in, they can't catch us now.
So all episodes need to come with a warning label.
Oh my gosh, this is not that bad, you guys.
No, it's not. It's fine. It was funny. It's very, very funny.
You'll take 1 point of piercing damage and 2 points of acid damage
Okay.
as the doorknob bites your hand.
Oh, just my hand, huh?
Now that the door is open, and when I see what happens, I immediately just draw an arrow. And as I approach the door, I notice the mimic on the ceiling, and so I take aim at the mimic.
Okay, roll for your attack.
He's not defending me because he's distracted.
Yeah, by your boobs, apparently.
Yeah.
He's looking and shooting at the mimic.
He couldn't find a way to shoot around them. There wasn't a clear shot.
Did you roll on that one?
No, I didn't get a nat 1, but I got
2?
a 6.
Oh,
That's 6. Yeah, you
better than 2.
literally went into the room, and you're just like, oh, and then noticed her cleavage, and you're like, bunk.
Rowena is going to cast Hex on the door, so it takes an extra d6 whenever I hit
It needs to make a save on that, right?
No. That one is whenever it. So I have to do something else to attack it, and when I hit it with that attack, I get to add an extra d6 to the
I
attack.
know, but Hex doesn't have like a save throw to it or anything. Okay.
I got a 3.
it's better than a 1.
So it turns into an 8.
The bite on your hand and the shock it just releases that cursing energy from you as you start cussing at the door and at the knob. But the pain in your hand just was so distracting that you weren't able to really focus the spell, and it kind of fizzles.
I am going to cast Ice Knife again because I can throw that one.
Okay, so this dagger of ice just right there, and it's dangling on the ceiling now, impelled by this little piece of ice.
Oh no, I've been. Oh look, I've been impaled.
Been impaled.
Gilly,
You just said there's nothing left, right?
No, there's a door.
she's stuck to the door.
Oh.
Help me, Gilly.
Look at her boobs.
Don't look at my boobs.
Don't look at the boobs. The boobs are a trap.
Leave me alone. Are they sticky too?
I'll go over there and attack the door with the 17.
17. Okay, yeah. Even with the slight bit of coverage that Rowena gives the because it's a door knob, not the door itself.
Oh, the door knob is a
Is a mimic.
Oh, it's a little guy.
Oh.
Yep, it's a little dude. But yeah, 17 would be enough to hit that one. You swing down on the doorknob, and you're bracing yourself because you think it's made out of this like bronze material, but it just slices clean through, and the doorknob on the other side just falls off. And now we're gonna just have this doorknob stuck to your hand. And with that, guys, we're out of initiative.
Okay, that's great. So would I know how to
somebody-
get the mimic off of her? Would I know how to get the mimic unstuck from her hand?
Just gotta pull really hard.
But then it would be stuck to me.
Well, I can help with that. It's a part of my just random stuff that I have. One of the things, if you allow me have it, would be talcum powder, right? And you can put it on sticky things like that, and it would help to remove it because it would stick to the stickiness.
Yeah, between you guys doing all this stuff and even just getting some of the dust in the room, you'll be able to get that done. So they pry the doorknob off of you.
Thanks, guys.
So you have
You
a
now
couple
have
dead
both
mimics all
hands.
around you.
As the de facto leader, I guess, of this company, I immediately start checking on everyone to make sure that everyone is okay first. Who all was injured during that combat?
Are you offering to heal us?
I can't heal, but I am in need of healing. One of the reasons I didn't get more involved was because I took quite a beating from that stupid secretary back at headquarters. Who can heal?
That would be me. Sir, you should know that.
If the DM lets me have one more spell slot, I can.
I have laying on hands. I'm a paladin. Yeah,
she can
don't
heal,
worry.
because not everyone was hurt.
No.
I took 3 points and Buddy took
3 points.
3 points.
I'm down to half my health, so I would really like to.
No, I'll
Don't
do.
mess with Miss Smith, man.
Note to self.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
do laying on hands.
Maisie, through the excitement of that, got pretty sweaty. So she takes like a handkerchief and she's wiping her face. But when she does, she takes off her foundation, and what is underneath, if you want to go to that picture, which will be up on the screen in a second, is what you see. Because before she had normal skin color, she looked like a girl. But underneath that, you see she is all white, and she has these red stripes that go down. And if you really look at it, you first think, oh, she's got makeup on under makeup, but that's not makeup. That's her skin underneath. And that's what you see once her makeup is wiped away.
Absolutely terrifying.
Want to know how I got these scars? All right, now we need to get downstairs. I need Rowena and Gilly. I need the two of you to start detecting for any more mimics. Any
Okay.
sort of magical presence or aura that could be around. Akima, come with me. We need to check on Beatrice and the children. Let's go.
Okay.
Maisie?
Non-magically, I'm checking for mimics too, because I'll go and I'll pick up a book and I'll be like, then I go to something on the wall and I'm like,
Maisie,
yeah,
keep doing your thing.
I'm checking for mimics.
That's why I said keep doing it.
I got a 15 on my Arcana check.
On your Arcana check to see if there's anything magical or anything. Yeah, so as you're looking around, there doesn't appear to be any more mimics that you can tell. And everything else, there's a faint bit of runic magic in some of the items and such, but from what you can tell, it seems safe.
I want to make an investigation check to see if there's anything in this house that would help me with what I'm trying to achieve.
I'm gonna say don't even bother. Well, no, go ahead. Never mind. Go ahead.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. So you go rifling through around here, and there's a couple of older looking books, and you see a couple of them that the title has on the study of stones. There's another one that says glass hearts on it. There's another one that says the title indicates that it's a study of transferring magical energies into stones. So you're able to find a bunch of different books It appears that Frederick was really studying into how these stones worked and the properties they held in order to contain magic. So there's quite a number of them.
I would like the 3 most important ones. I would like to try and steal them.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take them out of the stacks. As you're going through, though, one of them falls over, the stacks of books falls over where the desk was. As you look, you see a finger.
Akima doesn't know this, but Abby does. Your ghostie was missing a finger.
Yes.
But you still found a finger.
I did find a finger. So Akima is going to pick up the finger and train of thought. Is Maisie still in the room?
Yeah, Maisie, besides stabbing everything within reach, she's she's still looking for like a ledger of like items that have been received and some sort of like a day planner.
Yeah, that would have fallen out of the desk mimic after you killed it.
So she's gonna take those after making sure it's not a mimic, and
Step straight through the book.
and then she's gonna study that later because she's on definitely a quest to stab everything.
So Akima is going to turn to Maisie and be like, I feel like your knowledge on body parts is a little bit better than mine.
So she takes it, she sprinkles a little graphite powder on it, and she rubs it onto a piece of paper and puts that into a book. And then she takes one of her little jars and puts the she looks at how the finger was taken off to see if it was bitten off or cut off. She looks at the end. She smells the finger. She smells the mimic to see if they smell the same. And she's testing for rigor mortis to make sure rigor mortis sets in. I think it's something like at the
12-hour mark.
No, it's less than that. Something like 4 hours.
Yeah.
We'll look that up.
I'm gonna look it up now.
It depends on atmosphere and all that stuff.
And so I put the finger, in one of my little evidence jars, and I put that in there, and then I
we were both wrong. It was 2 hours.
Someone was closer though.
Oh my god.
So anyways, was the finger bitten off or cut off?
I won't even bother having you roll for this just because of your knowledge of these things. Mm-hmm. The finger was very jagged where it was ripped off the body.
Okay.
So it was definitely removed. The how it is, you're not sure if it was ripped off and then spit out or something. But the rest, you can tell it was probably one of the mimics that took it off the person. Mm-hmm. And then looking at it as far as how long it's been there, it's been a couple of weeks, you can tell. The skin's all dried up and there's no blood left in it. It's very shriveled.
Okay. One thing I'm going to do is going to go up to the mimics and see which teeth pattern matches it. And then if I find that mimic, I'm going to cut open the innards of its stomach.
Oh, that's gonna smell so bad, Maisie.
Okay.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
So going around, you'll be able to match it up to the mirror's teeth.
Okay.
And so when you slice open the stomach, just this pool of goop comes out, and a couple of bones.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll collect the bones, and I was looking for rings, pendants, a belt buckle, something that maybe wouldn't dissolve or whatever that I can match to the person that has gone missing. And did you mention anything about a ghost and a missing finger to anybody?
No, not yet.
That's why I said
So
Abby knows.
But would there have been a portrait of Frederick in the house?
Yes, in the main living area where you were at first entered into the home.
Would I want to roll perception to see if I would have made a connection.
That's the same person?
The ghost I saw.
I feel like it would be insight, not perception. Roll again, because it's a different.
No, she's right.
I'm right. It's not insight. Insight's good and evil.
Insight is, looking into somebody's way of being. So,
7.
it was
Reroll.
really hard to. She doesn't have that.
Oh.
If you want to use a d6, or if you want to turn in your d6s, you can succeed.
Success!
So yes, looking at seeing the portrait, seeing the family and everything, you see resemblances in the children and in the portrait you saw down in the main living area. That ghost was Frederick.
Okay. Sylvan, can I speak with you in private?
Yes. What is it, Gilly?
So I don't know how much they told you as your new recruit, but I have an affinity with spirits. And Frederick came to me to warn me about these mimics back at headquarters.
I see. Gilly, collect the rest of our crew and head outside. I'll talk to Beatrice.
Yes, sir.
So as far as finding any valuables or anything in the bones and detritus that came out of the mimic, there's nothing. There's just bones. There's one skull, there's a number of finger bones, and a rib cage.
Okay, I take a,
Ribs can be used
couple
as shanks.
odd bones, and like the finger bones, and then I want to steal that plate, and I'm going around, like I said, stabbing everything. I mean, I'm stabbing the curtains, I'm stabbing the couch. I'm very thorough. So when someone looks around, there's like a little thin stab mark in everything: floors, walls, ceilings,
Doorknobs.
I'm taking a fork out of the drawer and I'm like.
At some point, Rowena's going to start stabbing things with Maisie.
Just because it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys will do that. And Akima, as you're carrying the books with you off to the side, you feel a little shove, but when you look behind you, there's nobody there. As Maisie went up behind you and stabbed the books.
Maisie! My books!
But you have no idea what happened. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand to see if you can steal that plate without anybody noticing you doing it.
I got the 13 plus my sleight of hand, so I got a 18.
All right, so you will be able to nick that without anybody catching you, and it's one of those one of the items that obviously wasn't held down by any sort of spell. So you're able to quickly tuck that away in your bag or your pocket, wherever it was.
Akima would like to inspect that later. I don't have to have it. I just would like to look at that later. Maisie can hold a knife to me while I look at it. I'm not going anywhere with it. I just want to look at it.
Kinky.
Are you sure it's not hinky?
Did you say hinky?
She said hinky, guys.
Sylvan told you guys to leave the home so that way you could talk with Beatrice in private. Are you all heading out?
I would have come to tell you guys to leave, so
You're making sure everybody leaves.
yeah.
I'll
Okay.
listen.
Okay.
Maisie.
Oh yeah, I'm coming, and as we're leaving the home, I stab the mailbox on the way out.
Okay.
I'm going to stab the other side just to make sure.
Stab the post.
Oh, yeah.
This is what you get when you run mimics in a campaign. All right, so Sylvan, you're back downstairs. The kids are a little frightened right now, and Beatrice is trying to calm them down. And
Beatrice, you know that your Uncle Florak is one of my oldest friends. And I have known you since you were a little girl. I need you to sit down for a moment, and I need you to trust me.
do I need to send the children away?
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be finding Frederick. But listen to me. I am scared. Just as you are. And I take her hand, and I'm holding it gently, just on her lap. Beatrice, I'm about to ask you 2 questions. And I need you to be brave enough to answer them for me.
Okay.
First off, when was the last time you talked to your Uncle Florak?
It's been a while. I haven't even seen him come into the... It's been about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Almost a month.
Did you recognize any of the men that had been coming in for the antiquities? Any of the new friends that Frederick had made before he disappeared? Even vaguely, did they resemble anyone you have ever seen?
He brought in his drinking buddies, like normal, and they were all normal, but the last one he brought in that came with him, just, I've never seen him before, and I went to greet him and his friend, and I thought something was strange, but I didn't think much of it until now, but it was like he didn't recognize me when he came in with that friend. He hardly showed any affection or warmth towards me.
I'm going to send 2 members of the Finglas to watch over the apartment building. They will be here, and if you need anything, you let them know, and they will send word to me and my crew immediately. All right?
Thank you. And if there's anything else I can do, just let me know. And the man that he came home with, he I couldn't tell if he was elven or human, but he had long blonde hair, and I just remember getting an unsettling feeling from him. Something was off. The eyes just, they seem so cold and distant.
I understand. Beatrice, whatever you do, this information that you have shared with me, do not share with anyone else. I will transfer it to the Fangless. I will communicate it with my comrades. But you need to know, we will figure this out. But it could take a lot more tears and a lot more time.
Just, please, catch that bastard. For me. For Frederick. For the kids.
We will. And then I gently kiss her on the forehead, and then I step out with the rest of my crew.
With that, you guys have been able to figure out that there are some strange occurrences going on. Some antiquity dealer seems to be peddling mimics to people. And it seems that he's feeding the mimics those who buy these antiquities. Now, you have to figure out who this strange person is, where their operation is, and bring them to justice. Until next time, crows, fly high.
Chase all my demons into the dark, into the dark, into